How many of you guys have been watching all the headlines this week coming out about the Board of Peace, the meetings that have gone on down there? Holy smokes, it's crazy. Now, the article that I have, I'm just going to link for you below. It's from January 9th and it's from Christian News Watch. I think they probably share our eschatological view, or at least have a slant that way. But man, they really picked up some interesting language on, the 10 Kings and all of that stuff. Great read. I've already linked that down below in the description box for you. You'll want to check that out. So while this whole article is a couple weeks old, I think it's important because we now have some of the names, which we're going to talk about. We have some of the structure and some of the direction of where this is going. And we all know that, I wrote this on Wednesday. What is today? Friday. And yesterday he signed all of this yesterday. So I watched all of that yesterday. So it's still going to be very relevant. But there's obviously more coming out now that this has been established. So here's what I want to say. Here's some names on the board that came out. So we have Marco Rubio, who is the U.S. Secretary of State. You've got Steve Witkoff, who's a real estate investor and longtime Trump associate and very closely tied with Jared Kushner. Jared Kushner, who is obviously President Trump's son-in-law. He is Jewish. He is a senior advisor to Trump, and he has been a massive piece of influence and a driving force in Middle East policy. Now, let me say this much. I wish I could go into so much on Jared Kushner today. I cannot. But what I can tell you, or I cannot because I don't have time, but what I can tell you is that I have been digging so much on Jared Kushner this week. And we're going to talk about him more on Wednesday with Pastor Gary. So I'm plugging that because I want you guys to be there. It's going to be huge. But here are a few things to note right now. How many of you guys saw, I posted this on my Telegram, but how many of you guys saw Jared's presentation on the Sunrise Project in Gaza? Wild, absolutely wild. He said some key things that I think are really important to pay attention to. But is it the Sunrise Project or Project Sunrise? I may have got it backwards in Gaza, but these are a couple things that caught my attention. There's a giant PDF that he has too, and he was showing slides from this. But the first thing that I was noticing about this is that Gaza is going to be in zones. They're going to rebuild Gaza in zones. Does anyone think of the Hunger Games? Does anyone seen Katniss? Like that, when I hear that, like my ears just perk up. And that's what I thought of immediately. The second thing that Jared talked about in this short little clip that I posted is that they've seen projects done like what they want to do in Gaza in 2 to 3 years.